Shout out to Marco Padrana, Alfredo Jr., Rupert Hazel, and maybe tomorrow for being a part of her channel memberships. Join memberships.
Welcome back, Gaming with King family, to another F1 Clash video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the new rebalancing that Hutch announced. As you can see now, our fastest pit time has moved from 1.80 seconds and it's gone up to now 2.04 seconds. As the maximum pit time now is going to be, I think, 190. Well, we're going to take a look at it in a minute here. If you go to a stock car, you can see the pit time has moved from about 8 seconds where it was before, and it has gone down to 6 seconds highest. So 6 seconds is going to be the highest you can now get it from a pit time. The worst pit time you can get, and that's from stock cars. And the lowest pit time you can get is, I think, 1.9 seconds. But we're going to take a look on that in a second here. Alright, so let's go on the charts. A lot of people have been saying that they don't understand what's going on the charts here. So we're going to explain. Alright, so let me look first on the lowest pit time. There it is. So the lowest pit time is 192. Alright, so that's the worst pit time. The new worst pit time is gonna be 6 seconds, and the new best pit time is gonna be 1.92 seconds. All right, so that at max level, once you got all your parts maxed out, the lowest you will be able to get in the pits is 1.92 seconds. It's not gonna go lower than that. All right, so let's look here at the suspension. We can see two charts here. So one chart is basically at the start, and one is at the level 1 and one is at max level. All right, so you can see the new pit time there for the starter from 1.45 seconds to 1 second, and at max level the bounce from 8.0 seconds to 0.52 seconds, and the springs from 0.10 seconds. So the springs actually got a buff, got a increase in pit time instead of a decrease. As you know, the spring was a very low pit time or a fast pit time part, so now it got an increase because it was already low. And all the other parts that their pit time was high, they got a reduction, and their pit time is now low. All right, now the switch there, pit time used to be 0.25 seconds, and now it's 0.32 seconds, so that got an increase in pit time. Now these are the pit time at level 1 for the parts. So these are at max level over this side, or on the left hand side is at max level, on the right hand side is at level 1 parts. All right, so as you can see, these are the changes for the parts at level 1. So some of you who used to have some form of pit time of like 4 seconds will now have a pit time of probably 2 seconds or 2 point something seconds or 3 seconds, somewhere there. It's going to come down. All right, as 6 seconds is going to be the highest you can get now, and that's with the starters. So basically this chart is explaining on the left side are the times, the reduction at max level. It's basically showing you what's changed at max level, and while on the right hand side, it's basically showing you what changed at level 1. All right, so these are the level 1. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. We're not going to spend too long on that. Let's jump back into the screen. All right, so now that the pit time rebalance have changed, the meta is going to be changing to get better performance, to get better qualifiers. Now you're going to need to go with better performance parts, and to get better races. If you're looking for easier races, or let me stop there and come back to say this. In 2020, it was performance for GP and events for GP events, and fast pit time for duels. All right, so since 2021, it has been fast pit time for duels and fast pit time for GP event. All right, so now it's going to go back to performance for events. Now we have team series events as well as GP events. So it's going to be performance for events, and then it's going to be fast pit time for duels. All right, so don't worry, your fast pit time is still good in those duels. If you're looking to get some easy wins in your duels, you still want to go for your fast pit time setup. You're still going to qualify in the back, but as you know, your rivals will also be qualifying in the back, and you will have a better pit time versus your rival, so you'll get the jump on them nonetheless. All right, so let's jump in right here for a fast pit time race, as you can see there. And then on the live stream, we're gonna look at today's live stream. Should already been gone, so this video is gonna come after the live stream, and probably we'll be explaining the same things that we're explaining now in the live streams. But let me just show you a high performance setup in case you want to see if the performance has changed. So we're gonna go for more power. Let's throw the hold in there. That gives us more power. The padlock, that gives us more. Even though you're gonna go for more power and stuff, you still kind of want to keep your pit time nice and low. You don't want to go too hard or too high on power and stuff, and leaving your pit time to be really high. So you still want to be careful with your pit time when you're going for that performance. All right, so let's jump into a race here with this setup, with some good grip and arrow, with some good power as well. And the pit time is about 3 seconds, and you're gonna see that we're gonna get better qualifiers. We're no longer going to be qualified at 23 and 24. We're going to be qualifying probably 18 or 19, somewhere about there. So we're getting just a little bit of better qualifications. But sometimes, from time to time, you'll get a good qualifications. However, in the GP events, qualifying with high performance parts are going to be high. I'm going to break down. I'm just going to show you the qualifying here, and then we're going to forfeit. And then I'm going to explain exactly. There we see 16, 18 qualified, and there it is. So better qualifier performance now gives you better qualifying, but this is the drawback to performance. All right, let me finish this race while we talk. All right, so there's a huge drawback when it comes to using performance parts for your duels. So the overall max loadout of your parts and your drivers are gonna, the game is gonna give you, basically it's gonna use your overall loadout to match you against somebody with an equal overall loadout. However, when you use high performance parts, and that gives you a huge loadout, the game is going to match you with huge players, with bigger and better, stronger players than you. So you'll get matched with players with, you'll have level 9 parts, and you'll get matched with players with level 10 parts. I've seen a few of you guys over there on Facebook posting up your pictures showing you that these matches are unfair. Yes, it is. But that's how the system works. This is why the fast pit time tune still will remain as God. Since 2019, fast pit time has remained as God in this game. If you're looking to get some easy wins, the best thing you could do for yourself is still use your fast pit time setup to get those wins. All right. It's not going to give you that excellent, nice, high up qualifying. However, it's going to give you an easier race that you can win because your loadout will be nice and low. So you'll be matched with a rival with a low loadout. All right. So once you start to get matched with those rivals with those higher loadouts, and then that's where it's going to be really difficult for you to get those wins. So though you're going to get good qualifiers, you're still going to lose because you're going to go up against a rival who is way better when it comes to levels than you are. So you're still gonna lose anyways. Yeah. So that's the thing with duels. However, in GP events, it's a whole different story. In GP events, you want to now move away from the fast pit time setup, and you want to go for those high loadout setups in GP events. All right, because here's what the difference is. In duels, you're basically trying to beat your rival. You're not necessarily racing against the AI cars. So you could come 23rd and 24th as long as you beat your rival to the finish line and you score more points than your rival in the duels, you'll win. All right, so you'll win the race and you'll get your coins. However, in GP events, it's a whole different scenario. You're no longer trying to beat your rival. You're now trying to score points. All right, so to score those high points, to beat now the entire pack, AI cars included, you want to use those high performance setups to give you good qualifiers so you can pull away from the AI cars and get up to the top so you can score as much as possible. All right, so that's the whole idea of high performance in GP events and fast pit time in duels. All right, so that's basically going to be the explanation that I got for you guys for this one. So now still use your fast pit time for your duels. If you're grinding leagues, pushing up through those leagues, you still want to use your fast pit time. Nothing has changed there. You still want to use those fast pit time setups to get the best results. But if you're going to be pushing in the leagues, in the duels, in the events, you want to use those high performance setups. All right. So this team series coming up, you want to go for a high performance setup, probably good grip, good arrow, good reliability, good power. Don't need too much on reliability, but you can go for a power level setup. I'll be trying out a power level setup for this event, and yeah, with these low pit times, it should definitely work out better. All right. Alright, so let me finish up this race. As you can see here, we outqualified the rival. We got better, not outqualified, we got better qualifiers. We did not qualify in the back. The rival is about to go to pit. He suffers a breakdown, and we're just going to cruise by him here on Monaco for the win. This is not the best technique for Monaco, but it works for me. I use this to just get through the race on Monaco. Monaco is like the worst track to race on in the game. Nobody really got Monaco figured out. You will do something in the opening round, or you'll do something in the qualifying round and the opening round, and you score a huge score on Monaco. And when you reach to the finals, you're scoring 17 points. So that's just how Monaco is. It's just messed up. So I'm not sure. Nobody really has Monaco figured out. Really, the only way you can beat Monaco and get like those high scores, unless you have those high level epics, those high level parts that you're just going to be blasting the entire pack either way. You know what I mean? But that's it for Monaco. So I'm just finishing up this race. Rival boosting his signs to get by Kimi, the defense master, and he's just holding him up. Cut him up to regular driving here as Kimi holds him up. Hopefully you get some sense from me explaining everything about setups and so on now. So now you know fast pit time. If you're going to be farming in the duels, you still want to use your fast pit time setups to get the best results. And for those GP events and those team series events, you want to use a high performance setup like this one to get the best score you can possibly get. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the rebalancing. We're going to be testing and running some tests to figure out the best tunes and so on to use to get the best results. So look out for those videos. Most of the time on my GP videos, I put out the tune that I'm using before the race. So you can look out for those events videos and see what I'm using. Look how it works first, and then you can go and give it a try if you'd like. All right, so that's going to be it for this one. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the rebalancing update, if you're with it or you're not with it. Also leave code word 2021 down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys for all your support, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.